David Haye had a fight in Miami with his best friend Joe.
Yeah.
And then when he came out, he said he wanted to fight Tyson.
Well, my answer to that, Tyson will never give him a payday, and he's got no right being in the ring with Tyson, because Tyson will absolutely kill him. It's a joke. But I tell you what's not a joke.
Yeah.
Him fighting me.
So
I will fight David Haye, and tell him from me, I will fight him 7 days a week and 3 times on a Sunday.
I'm going to be a promoter now. You tell him.
You tell
that
him.
camera.
Forget me, son. He'll slap you. You're not in his class. Never was. You house. You didn't want to fight him years ago. So let's not play games here. I'll fight you. Yeah. Me, John Fury. 56-year-old, I've got some good steam in my body left yet. I don't drink, don't smoke, never took drugs in my life, get to bed at 10 o'clock. Give me 5 weeks, no big long camps, me and you'll get at it. Let's talk some dollars, pal.
What's good, family? So mash the like button, subscribe and let off the bell. So we just heard there from your man's John. Scary. Now, listen, you might know if you follow my channel that when David Haye called out Tyson Scary, I was rock hard for it. Yeah, the way boxing is right now, the way boxing is so down bad. Oh, these fights are the only fights that make it interesting, truth be known. Yeah, everyone else pulling out and missing fights, and I got Errol Spence ducking fights, all bunch of goofiness going on. So for now, people complain about it. I love it. Yeah, I love these fights. My favourite fights are these ones. So when David Haye called out Tyson Scary, I thought, yeah, I want that. And to be honest with you, there wasn't much I wanted more than to see that fight. And then obviously, a month later, we hear John Fury calling out David Haye. John Fury said, "Oh, David Haye, oh, you're no good. I'll fight you. I'll fight you for your shows. 100%. That's what you heard him say. No doubt. He said, David Haye, I'm 56-year-old. You couldn't lace my son's boots, but I'll fight you for your shoes. That's what he said. That's what he did say. 100% confirmed. And I rate that. I rate it. But guess what? Unfortunately, John, you've lost all credibility. Yeah? Because you said the same thing about Mickey Theo. And that's what worries me here is the fact that I got a feeling John Fury is pulling that same card where he calls something out onto the guys that he knows David Haye ain't going to clap back. And that's why David Haye, anyone associated with David Haye, please follow this up. Please say, yes, I'll take that fight. Let's get it done. Because in my mind, yeah, if David Haye can get paid a few million, or X amount to fight on Triller versus some random bum, his best mate, and no one trying to watch that, in the UK, this fight would be massive. This fight would do... Think about it. If Dillian White and Joseph Parker, yeah, can do 500k buys, in my opinion, John Fury versus David Haye is doing 500k buys. 500k, yeah? By 25 quid? What's that? God, no. That's 12, 13 million. Big fight. Plus advertisements. Plus endorsements and whatever else. Plus probably sell out Wembley. You definitely sold out the O2. This fight would be massive. Think of the build-up. Now, to be honest, the fight would have been more, I guess, arguably more relevant after the Bellend fight because David Haye looked more shot. Now we've seen him in there with some goofy. That John Fury would get smashed to bits, and he knows it. But that said, David Haye, it's on you now. He called you out. He's 56 years old, so I don't want to hear that. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, YB, Mickey Theo called out John Fury, but John Fury's 56 years old. No one didn't ask John Fury to have a big mouth. Yeah? He could have sat there and said, yeah, my son's at a much higher level than David Haye. He's got no business calling my son out. That would be fine. But John Fury chose to insert himself. I'm sick of people letting people off. I heard some goofy on some channel. I think it was Spencer Schiller saying, people need to leave John Fury alone. People need to stop calling him out. He's an old man. Well, John, so it's okay for John to call out Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis and David Haye, though, isn't it? That's all fun and games. But when Mickey Theo wants to have a go on John, yeah? When Mickey Theo is stroking himself off at the idea of John Fury, that's not allowed. I'm sick of that. That there is typical MTK shillery. Yeah? Spencer Fearon, get MTK out your backside. And maybe you start making some good takes, you goofy. Anyway, John, David Haye. In fact, David, like I told you a second ago, make sure you follow this up. You're always on BT Sport anyway. Next time you're on BT Sport, I expect you to say the following. John Fury, I hear you. I've reached out to Triller. Let's get it done. That's what I want to be hearing. And it makes think of it from a business point of view. Yeah? From David Haye's point of view, if you smash John Fury, that almost guarantees you the Tyson Fury fight. Because you can say, listen, I just smashed your pops to pieces. What are you going to do about it, son? Are you going to step up so I can take your whole bloodline out? In fact, it could be a trilogy. It could be... Think about it. David Haye smashes John Fury to bits. Then smashes Tommy Fury. Smashes the Love Island out of Tommy Fury. Yeah? Then David Haye can say, listen. Yeah? I just bottomed your pops. I just topped your pops. I just made a sub out of you. I just sent your brother back to Love Island. So what are you going to do about it? I'm taking your whole bloodline out. Yeah? Have you got any more brothers or dads and whatnot I can smoke? You got any cousins I can smoke too? Yeah? You got any second nephews I can have a go on? That's what David Haye must do. And do you know what frustrates me about this game at the moment? It's interesting. I said on my Patreon, yeah? Patreon.com/the YB. Was one of my dons. I said, listen, we all know the YB is the number 2 trainer in the UK, but the more I think about things, I'm the number 1 manager in this game. I see so many BS things going on. For example, I saw David Avanesian's low IQ manager saying, oh, we don't want the Conor Ben fight, that's his small fight to us. What planet are you on, you muppet? That you should be rock hard for that fight. About World Championship fight. You ain't that, no one don't know you. Conor Ben fight is perfect. That fight would be a star in at the O2. And you want to talk about you're not interested in that fight. Get serious. What's wrong with these managers? Low IQ managers. AJ's management team. What did I tell them? I said, listen, give up the WBO belt. Let Joyce and Usyk fight for it. Yeah? And then fight the winner. That would be a massive fight in its own right. Oh, no. Don't do that. Get smoked anyway. Hold on. You got smoked for nothing. You got smoked by a dude who don't even have a belt. Yeah? People don't know how to create value in this game. They just want to make bum fights. So David Haye, don't go missing. Don't go fighting some random bum on Triller anyway. That's what I don't get. David, if you're going to fight random bums on Triller anyway, it might as well be John Fury. So please don't let me see you lose your bottle again, David. Because last time, when John Fury was in front of you, and John Fury, I think you and John were analysing Fury versus AJ, and he stuck it all over you, and you went quiet. You froze. I was shocked. I went off on you. I said, why is David Haye, 40-year-old, more or less prime, actual proven heavyweight, why is he cacked his pants of a big stiff wannabe? So really, you need this David Haye. You need this get back. Because John Fury got off all over you in person. You look scared. And that's what worries me. I'm worried that you're actually scared to fight John Fury, truth be known. The way John Fury punked you in that BT Sports pit, I'm worried that you don't really want to fight him, truth be known, which is shocking, because you'd run right through him if you had any balls. So David, that's what I don't get about these people. People say, oh, David Haye is the greatest promoter ever. Well, how's he missing this opportunity? This opportunity would be massive. Easiest payday you ever had. If you thought that last guy you thought was easy, John Fury, the first thing you clip him with, he'd go and sleep. Because he went sleep in his prime. Never mind, 56 years old. This fight must happen. Or better yet, you can't make people fight, but you must press this. Why? Because it's important for the public to see John Fury exposed. Mickey Theo tried to do it, but Mickey Theo doesn't have the platform or the name recognition you do. Yeah? So if you start calling John Fury out, if I was David Haye, yeah, I'd make a video on Instagram, I'd play John Fury's call out first, the first minute of John Fury's call out, and then I'd come after it and say, listen John, I hear you call out, I raise you. Let's get it done. Let's get it signed. Me and you. That's what you should be doing right now. Exposing it. And maybe John Fury going to grow some nuts and get it done. But the point is to pursue this fight. Because what else are you going to do? You ain't going to make another 2, 3, 4, 5 million any easier anywhere else. But I know what's going to happen. MTK will get in David Haye's ear and whatever else, probably pay him off. And you'll see David Haye get topped. And he'll probably go silent. Mr. Big, how can the best promoter in the game, allegedly, go silent when he's been called out? You watch. I guarantee you David Haye won't say nothing back. And it annoys me. I don't get that. It's a bit like when Mike Tyson's thinking of fighting. I guess Mike Tyson's a completely different level, to be fair. But still, John Fury called out Mike Tyson. If I was managing Mike Tyson, I'd have said, listen, never mind Roy Jones. Let's go to the UK. I guess you can't fight in the UK, but in principle, go to the UK or whatever, and spark John Fury out. Imagine that. They're the same age. You knock John Fury out. Think of the build-up for the Tyson Fury versus Mike Tyson fight, exhibition or whatever. That'd be massive. Smoke his pops, and then smoke. I mean, think of the build-up of that. Mike Tyson versus John Fury build-up. Massive. Oh, no. You want to fight Roy Jones? Yeah, no one's trying to watch that, to be fair. The John Fury one would be huge when you think about linking the Tyson Fury element in. So yeah, David Haye, if you've got any noddle, which you haven't, because you spent all your money on God knows what, but if you did have any noddle, you need to be pursuing this 10 out of 10. And if he doesn't want it, expose him. Say, listen, you got a big mouth, John. Yes, you punked me on BT Sport, but ultimately, when it came to signing a contract, you talked all the talk about you only want a 5-week camp because you're so fit and whatever else. I was going to push your nut right in for you. And you know where to be found. Just like you capped your pants against Mickey Theo. And to be honest with you, the fact that John Fury lost his back end about fighting Mickey Theo shows that he ain't going to go nowhere near David Haye. Mickey Theo's old, never had a fight in his life, and you didn't want to fight him. But you're telling me you want to fight a prime 40-year-old David Haye? Come on, man. Get serious. Although, John Fury argues, well, it's about the money. I want $1 million, no less. So we know for sure the David Haye fight would guarantee that. But to be honest with you, if they marketed and managed, the Mickey Theo fight, I think that could do. So on a serious note, $1 million each. Because $1 million each, when you think about pay-per-view, isn't really a lot. Let's say they charge for 25 quid for that. Yeah, Mickey Theo versus John Fury, I'd pay 25 quid to watch that. It's not that many pay-per-views. You've only got to sell what? Well, 100,000 would be 25. Yeah, that's 2.5 million. You've only got to sell 100k pay-per-views, to bring 2.5 million revenue in. Give 500k to the management or whoever else, and there's $1 million each. Boom. And that's only 100k. I think that'd do that, to be honest with you. I mean, we've seen Dillian White versus random dude, and I guess Dillian White's got a bigger base, but in terms of the hype, we've seen Dillian White and fight random people and get 300k. So there's no argument for not putting this fight on. And I think more of these organisations, DAZN, Sky Sports, especially Boxer now. Yes, maybe Sky Sports, when they had Eddie Hearn, they may have acted more stush. But now, the game's wide open, Everyone's bidding for talent. John Fury and David Haye is a massive fight. John Fury and Mickey Theo is a massive fight. I'm telling you now, people. All you so-called managers, Boxer, Eddie Hearn, all you man think you're smart and whatever else. I'm telling you now, the voice of the people is telling you. You know, Eddie to Zone, listen Boxer, listen to Adam Smith, listen all you goofies out there who don't know what you're doing, managing and promoting and broadcasting. Let me tell you something right now. What the fans want to see, they may lie to you, the so-called hardcores may lie to you, oh, we want to watch hardcore boxing, but look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. All them crap boxer shows you put on, with no offence, but you got, I don't know, think of all the Buatsi in them, man. Ain't no one trying to watch them. Ain't no one trying to watch Buatsi fight someone never heard of. What the people want to see is, why pay a whole lot of talent, Oh, we're gonna put a show on every week and it's gonna be random bumps. I'm telling you now, 10 of them shows won't do the numbers that John Fury versus Mickey Theo would do. So what is this game about? The game's about entertainment and revenue. Mickey Theo, what do the fans want to see? The fans want to be entertained. Mickey Theo and John Fury, that's entertainment. That should be one of your top shows for the year. Truth be known. And it would be, in terms of numbers and excitement. I'm excited. I want to watch that fight. I'll tell you what I don't want to watch. Buatsi versus some random scrub. Or whoever else you got. Whoever else you're wheeling out. Conor Ben versus some random scrub. Or Rank versus some random scrub. I'm telling you now. Every single boxer, Eddie, every single fight you've got, if they ain't fighting a top opponent, ain't no one trying to watch it genuinely. I don't even know why they have them fights. They shouldn't even be on TV, in my opinion. In my opinion, if you ain't fighting, for example, I'll tell you a fight that should be on TV. Yard versus Buatsi. That's TV. Anything else should be done off TV. Mickey Theo versus John Fury. That's TV. John Fury versus David Haye. That's TV. YB versus Tyrone Booth. That's TV. I'm telling you, all these fights. Porky versus Spencer Fearon. That's TV. And no one's trying to watch these random bums versus random bums with no names. Yeah? Put names together. That's what the fans want. Bottom line, if you ain't putting names on there, no one care. And I'm not saying the YB's a massive name, but I'm talking about interest. We know for a fact YB and Tyrone are going to do better numbers than Barazzi versus Random Scrub that no one heard of before. Now obviously, Barazzi versus Yard, that's going to blow all of us man out of the water, but you ain't doing that. You're doing a whole bunch of bums. Oh, we're building fighters. Yeah, you can build all you want. It don't mean ain't no one trying to watch it anymore. So when it comes to TV, when it comes top of the bill, when it comes to trying to bring numbers in, fans don't have a problem with pay-per-view, you know. Fans do not have a problem with pay-per-view. I'm telling you now, if you had a card, yeah, of John Fury and Haye and YB and Tyrone, people may laugh, but I'm telling you now, people will pay more to watch that than they would Dillian White versus Hellenius. That was on pay-per-view, I think. And who want to watch that? No one. Even that got numbers, which is my point. There's no interest in that. People want to see 50-50 or interesting fights with characters in. With people with something to lose. Hellenius ain't got nothing to lose. Or didn't have nothing to lose. Every single one of these fights, that's why Jake Paul does numbers. Because people want to see, wow, can a UFC champion lose to a YouTuber? Does Jake Paul want to be memed? No. That's what makes it interesting. How much people have on the line to lose. These days, unfortunately, even top level boxers. Before, there used to be passion and pride behind defending a belt. These days, we've seen, look at AJ, just rolled over, no pride. So even now, at the top level, we don't see that passion and pride. What we do know is, if the YB going in there with Tyrone, there ain't going to be no rolling over. Either side. Too much pride. Same as John Fury versus Mickey Theo. Too much pride. That's what, in my opinion, that's where the commercial element is, in pride and oomph. If you got two, I don't care about belts don't mean, unfortunately, belts don't mean pride anymore. I mean, even look at Lomachenko versus Teofimo. What was he doing for 7 rounds, Lomachenko? Just going through the motions. No pride there. No oomph. Then obviously he started finding it in the end, but that's too late, isn't it? It's a 12-round fight. You weren't contracted to do a 5-round fight. It's 12 rounds. And unfortunately, it happens way too often, and that's why once in a blue moon, we get a decent fight. But too often, I mean, even look at Alvarez versus Billy Ho. Yes, it did big numbers, but in terms of the actual quality of the fight, only one man came to win, really. The other man didn't have no pride. Rolled over. The first minute, he got tough. Ain't no one trying to watch that. You want to see people go in there, 2 individuals go in there and want to leave it all out there. I mean, you got even Callum Smith to an extent. He went out there and he didn't leave it all out. You can't say Callum Smith left it all out there against Alvarez. Yeah, I'll give him, I think the last round he put a shift in, but where was that earlier in the fight? You need to put matchups together where both sides can't lose. John Fury knows he can't lose to Mickey Theo. David Haye knows he can't lose to John Fury or whatever. So anyway, you hear it there. David Haye, stick it on John Fury. Don't lose your back end again, please. Please don't let John Fury get off all over you once again. Just like he did on the BT thing. When you got punked. And you stood there silent. And he told you, listen, I got $2 million on my son. And you was like, you shook. You look shook, David Haye. This is time to get your get back right now. He called you out. He wants it. Give it to him. And I know what's going to happen. 2 weeks from now, yeah, guess what? You won't have heard anything from David Haye. And if that happens, you're a goofy. Because this for me is perfect narrative. Yeah? Knock John Fury out. Knock Tommy Fury out. And then have a go on Tyson. Perfect. That there is narrative.com. All you goofy managers and promoters ain't got a clue what you're doing. Number 1 manager in the game, the YB, no doubt.